Alright, so for the next item that we have to do, I have to, using the two vertices of a triangle are fixed, vertical C, blah. The point of the area of ABC with respect to the triangle's perimeter is bounded above by function f of x. Determine f of x. So what I forgot to tell you guys in the previous video was the relationship between the area and the perimeter. So if I go back to GeoGebra, the height is the height of the triangle is also the y-coordinate of point C, which is highlighted right here as 3.64. So what I notice is that the height, and therefore the y-coordinate of point C, is the same as the area of the triangle, which this makes sense because if you look at the area, which is 1/2 base times height, in this situation, point A is at 0, 0, and point B is at -2, 0, meaning that the base of the triangle is 2. So now, sorry if my hand's all shaky, but if I plug that into the area formula, I get 1/2 times base, which is 2, times height. And therefore, since 2 times 1/2 is 1, I just get height. So that's how the area relates to the perimeter, because, well, that's what I'll show you later, but the area also equals the height. So to find the perimeter of this triangle, since it's an isosceles triangle, both of these legs are equal to each other. So to find a perimeter, I have to do this leg plus the base. And so in order to find that, I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, to find an equation for one of the legs. So, pardon my moving. So with that, I'm going to do b squared over 2, because since this is the base, these two are equal. So we have to do base divided by 2 to find this base part right here of just this triangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do base divided by 2 squared plus h squared equals leg squared. And so when I simplify that, I get b squared over 4 plus h squared equals leg squared. And so to solve for the leg, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So therefore I get leg equals radical, or square root of b squared over 4 plus h squared. And there, since it's an isosceles triangle, this leg, and so this equation, is equivalent to this leg over here. So to find a perimeter, I'm just going to plug in this equation twice into the perimeter equation plus the base. So I'm going to do perimeter equals leg, which is this, radical b squared over 4 plus h squared plus radical b squared over 4 plus h squared plus base. And with that, since these two radicals are alike, I'm going to combine them. So I will get radical, I'm going to combine like terms. So b squared over 4 plus b squared over 4 is 2b squared over 4. And then h squared plus h squared equals 2h squared plus b. And so I'm just going to simplify this a little bit. So therefore I'll get the square root of b squared over 2 plus 2h squared plus b. And I don't really like this fraction, so I'm going to multiply whatever is under the radical times 2 so I can get this out of the denominator. So therefore I am going to take this and multiply it by 2 so I can cancel this 2 out of here. So I will get b squared plus 4h squared plus b equals the perimeter. So this is my equation for the perimeter. And you can see how perimeter and area relate because h, like I said before, is the area because we have 1/2 base times height. In this case, and in item 2, the base is 2. So you get area, which equals height, and that's how area, which is this equation, is related to perimeter.